Today we're going to be talking about the effects of war on those who have served in the military and the difficulties that they experience when returning from war and trying to adjust back to normal life. We're joined by Lizzie Venter from a Christian organisation called Arise Counselling. Lizzie is also a wife of a military veteran who served in Afghanistan twice. Lizzie, welcome to the programme. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm good, thank you.
Lizzie, now you're a counsellor but also a wife of a military veteran who served in Afghanistan. Can you just give us an insight into what it's like for veterans coming home from war and trying to adjust back to normal life?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard one to relate to in a sense. They say about 2/3 of military veterans struggle with that transition. And it's not surprising in a sense when you think that they go through their training, they serve in war. It's not a normal job. They are living and breathing this 24/7, and they are in life-threatening situations during active service. So they do say that 5 years of active military service is the equivalent of about 23 years of corporate world. 20 years of military service is the equivalent of working 84 years in the corporate world. And so to come back from just, a few bits of maybe 5 years of active service to a whole career, maybe 20 years, and to try and transition back into what we would consider regular or everyday life is a hugely disorienting process for people in the military. They talk about it as just being in this fog, this loss of identity, a loss of purpose, a loss of belonging. And we're talking about belonging where the army will strip you of a sense of I and me and my individual needs and really enhance that sense of we and a body of men. And, you are there. Your life depends on your comrades' life depends on you. And so you come back and can feel incredibly isolated.
How does mental health issues of war veterans affect the family and people around them?
Yeah, so there's lots of things in that question, because actually a lot of military veterans may come back from active service with PTSD. And this means that they are living in a heightened sense of awareness, a heightened sense of danger, a heightened sense of threat. It's a bit like if you've ever been driving along and been cut up by another vehicle in such a way that, you've had to slam on your brakes, you might have had to veer off the road just to make sure you're okay. You'll sense your heart rate is up, you'll be breathing. You'll need time just to calm yourself down, possibly need to stop before you can get back on the road and feel safe to drive. And it's that sort of physical feeling that someone with PTSD might be living with almost continually. It impacts their ability to sleep, their ability to stay asleep. It can often impact their sense of, the slightest thing can make them feel very angry or very threatened. It all comes from a place of fear, but the outward signs can feel aggressive. They have been taught, to kill. They do come home with a sense, it's a very heightened state to live in, and it can feel very isolating for the person with PTSD. They can be reliving stuff that they've had to go through, stuff that they've had to go to survive or save their fellow soldiers. And so to come back into quite a calm context, but living with PTSD means that a lot of veterans might turn to less helpful coping strategies or negative coping strategies to cope. So a lot of veterans will use alcohol or drugs, other quite common things, just to try and calm them down, calm their nervous system down from the impact of PTSD.
Now we hear of veterans actually taking their own lives as they simply cannot cope with adjusting back to normal life. What advice would you give to anyone watching today who may be suffering from mental health issues and also feel there is no help for them to live anymore? What would you say to them?
I would say, please reach out. I would say, allow someone else to hold the hope that you cannot hold at the moment. And that it doesn't have to be like this, and that thousands and tens of thousands of people have felt as you've felt, and thousands and tens of thousands of people have found a space, a place, a person, a group of people that have helped them through. So this does not have to be the end.
How important is faith and having a relationship with Christ when going through mental health issues?
I think, I don't think you can underestimate the importance of faith. I know from my husband, he actually became a Christian after serving. And I think that was probably one of the most pivotal moments for him in his healing journey, to experience the love of Jesus when you feel you are unlovable and the things you have done and things you have seen have made you unlovable. One cannot underestimate that power, and there is no greater power than the Holy Spirit and the Lord to just embrace someone and help them to know that they are seen and they are loved.
Lizzie Venter, Arise Counselling, thank you so much indeed for joining us and sharing your testimony. God bless you.
Thank you so much.